the head enabler. I am not king. I am just the one that has somehow tricked everybody into pack muling socks back for me. That's the novelty of this. I've tricked everybody into this. This little mission was thought up as for human-powered movement. We're riding from where human-powered movement's based in Charlotte out to DeFeet International, which is a manufacturing company that do socks. So human-powered movement ordered about 12 dozen socks for an event we have coming up. Why don't we get a bunch of knuckleheads together to ride in true human-powered movement fashion, pick up the socks, and ride back. It's easier to order mass-produced socks wherever, have them shipped to your door, and that's about it. We've said, well, look, that may be okay, but we're gonna go local, we're gonna go US made, US sourced, and partially recycled, and we're also gonna ride our bikes to go pick them up. May not be the easiest route, but in our opinion, it's the right way to do it. So we have to pick up all these socks and somehow stash them on our bikes and go. Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody know the route?
I don't think this is a golf course.
I've never gone for a ride just for socks, so I felt like that was
and to be clear,
intriguing.
we also have a bet going. Samuel, if you want to see his setup, so the over-under
of,
and he set this for the bet. He said
over-under
4
of 4
dozen,
dozen,
which is 96 socks is what it is.
Yeah,
so
that sounds right.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to see. I want to see if we can get Samuel to triple-digit socks. On this trip, the knucklehead number 1, Bill Johnston, good buddy of mine from way back in the day. Bill founded a cool little company in Charlotte called Recover Brands, and they're also sustainable apparel co, doing some really cool stuff.
You know, Adam and I get out and do a bunch of these rides together. A couple months ago, we actually did a fairly similar ride to feature the Recover local supply chain. Put out a video called The Local Supply Cycle. And the idea is just to show people you can get out and have a big adventure on a day-to-day basis right outside your back door.
Our next guest is the one and only Mr. Brian Mudflap Mister.
I really appreciate you guys having me out here today. It's just a beautiful day.
Brian is another sucker for all things ridiculous like this. Brian and I have done a significant amount of these types of events, both on bike and foot and otherwise, and paddle. Brian is also the founder of one of the, and obviously I'm biased, but one of the coolest running events in the entire Southeast, and it's called Around the Crown, and they literally shut down an entire interstate on a holiday weekend in downtown Charlotte and run a 5K on the interstate. It's so cool.
Really, it's fun when we all kind of have a shared love of, one, crazy adventures, but I think two, for me at least, is ride sustainability. I love it. Like, so silly, and it's the best part of it. But whether it's Bill with shirts or hats back there.
Yeah, so Brian, all the race shirts are through Recover. It's literally one of the greenest races, arguably in the country. No cups, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, working, having some really cool conversations right now with a group called Low Impact Alliance. That just a bunch of race directors, store owners, big brands trying to make a difference on, like, what's the next step? It's cool to recycle things, but what if you didn't even have to do that? So if somebody wanted to know about Sam in 1 minute on the professional side.
Ooh, this could be good. I like it.
What would they know? What would they need to know?
Need to know and want to know are probably two different things.
Good point.
Photographer who focuses on the outdoor world. Got into backpacking, went for a thru hike, left my feet onto the bike.
A thru hike of the PCT.
Let's be clear.
That's not he didn't go walk around the neighborhood. It was across the country, actually.
Yeah, then rode across the country, Now I'm on the bike a lot. Maybe getting on a boat soon.
You know what's next, the Mississippi River, baby. Across that country again on water this time.
The common theme is just moving outside, really.
So just arrived here at DeFeet, and our main man Shane Cooper met us outside, bright smiles. I've been telling the story about sustainability and being environmentally conscious and intentional with our decisions.
Right.
And that is again a big reason why we love what you guys are doing. We're happy to ride our bikes here, load up with some socks, and take them back to our folks.
Oh yeah.
So what's a bag?
A dozen.
Oh boy.
That's one thing. Oh boy. Yeah, that'll fit in there, right? Just throw it in there.
I've got my 4. I've set them aside.
How many do you have?
I got 3 in here right now. Is that a high score?
Dude, you're a high scorer.
High scorer. Sam, where you at?
3? Hey, I haven't started on my seat bag yet.
Okay. Hey, I've got a spare dozen. Look at Jess packing.
There he goes.
Do we need another one?
Shh.
Your bike is looking empty. I don't know. No, that's I gotta think it is. Help me out.
Boys, if this is his bike, there's nothing in it.
Wes!
Yeah. Extra large.
So we are on our way back. We are fully loaded. Got a really cool tour at DeFeet with Shane Cooper, the owner and founder, showing us the process. And quite frankly, I didn't realize how sustainably minded they were. And they're doing a ton of cool stuff. And so it was awesome to reinforce the decision to go with those guys. So anyway, we are loaded down. I'm packed in here. I think young Samuel up there, I think he's got 3 right now. Bill loaded up his front handlebars. You can see with his little burrito holder up there. Jess has got a few strapped on his handlebars. And I think Brian's actually got a few dozen as well. And you pan down, there they are, baby. Still got about 30 to go, and the good news is that the pizza order has been placed and the beer is chilling. All right, so we got Jess Powell is also joining on this little adventure, and Jess is one of the humblest but strongest dudes that you could ever dream of. I mean, my man just slays it. If it's a bike, a run, a skiing, not whatever. Originally and proudly from North Carolina, a little town called Whiteville. Before I moved down to my hometown now, which is Columbia, South Carolina, a great cola town, USA. I lived in Charlotte for a couple years and met all these guys we're on the ride with today, and just developed a great sense of community there. I will tell you this too, I'm proud of Jess because not only did he jump at this chance immediately, but he said, look, I got a little work to do Friday, so is it okay if I take a couple conference calls on the ride? I said, well, yeah, absolutely. That's the balance of work, life, and play. So Jess is not only a phenomenal cyclist, but he's a phenomenal businessman as well, taking conference calls on this ride. Well, mission accomplished. Did you get them? Got a pile of socks here that were not here earlier today. So I think we did it. We set a goal and nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.